Okay, you folks have seen M57 earlier. If you think that was nice, just get ready to get your socks knocked off your feet. So I'd say about here. Hang on a sec, I'll take a guess where we're going to go with this, because I'll need to pre-adjust everything. So I think I'll go for 15-second exposure. There we go. Let's try that. Oh no, that sucks. No, wait. M57 was nice earlier. Now don't forget, this is low. It's about 30 degrees above horizon, but here it goes. Okay. A lot of red in there, so that means light pollution, or we've got way too much exposure. So let's get on to 8-second exposure. There you go. Hang on. It comes 8 seconds. So 15 was too much. That's okay. Oh, let's change the gamma here. Hang on a sec, folks. Just play here with the... Wow. I like that. But unfortunately, we are in the light pollution somehow. Or it's hazy there. Quite a lot, actually. Very much so indeed. It's only about 30 degrees off the ground, maybe 25, 30 degrees, so it's not high up. Let me recenter that properly. And let's find the right color balance for this guy. Okay. Just bear with me, folks. Just bear with me on this one. Okay. Okay, 72. We're gonna get a bit of colors here. Just bear with me for a moment, folks. We're gonna get you what you deserve. All right, 8 seconds. Let's go to 10. Now here's the pièce de résistance. APC. Here we come. This is what we need. Oh boy, watch this, folks. Wow. Look at the detail in M82. That's the way I like to observe. Yes, sir. And this is 10-second exposure.
And sell your book.
Oh, yeah. I could sit here all night and watch this. This is cool. Way cool. That's the difference I've been saying from the beginning of the broadcast. There's not one camera on the market, a USB type camera, either sold by us or sold by a competitor or sold by another company, that will give you this type of resolution. And the reason is, I don't get laughed at on the other group that's no longer hang around with us anymore. Oh, here he goes again with him and his true video camera. Well, this is what they are. This is a real, true video camera that uses a frame grabber. You cannot beat the sensitivity of these cameras. All you need to do as a user is to learn the adjustment required for different type of objects. Yes, I'm using large aperture tonight, but you can get the exact same thing using an 8-inch telescope at f10. You're going to get the same result. Okay, this is a 16-inch, and I'm using an MFR5. If you want to get the exact same thing as what you're looking at using an 8-inch, go at f8 or f10 using an 8-inch. You're going to get the exact same result. Will you need longer exposure? Slightly only, because those ICX 828, the ICX 428, they're XView had sensors. They're not RGB sensors either. They are CMYG. This is where it shines. This is where you're going to see how well this is going to work. Now we could go infrared as well, because we went infrared earlier. I thought that was cool. Wow. Now here's where the infrared is going to shine. Pay attention to the outer edge of the galaxy surrounding it. If you go into infrared, whoa, do we ever pull a lot of fader arms coming off of the Galaxy. Okay, this is 56. This is the other infrared as well, but 32 is where it's supposed to be. This is the infrared. And you cannot get infrared, sorry, using RGB sensors, and you cannot get that from a USB type camera, regardless who is making it. Only a true video camera, you could get this type of observing, you could get this type of image. Now, because the Xterminator is a real video camera and it's got two outputs at the back, you have a oh, okay, sure, Tom. Yep. Let's go. This is right now on the white balance of the camera. Under the white balance, there's a bunch of modes under there. One of them is ATW, auto tracking white, auto trace white, and you got the AWC, which is auto white control or calibration. And you have to calibrate it, but you don't have to in this case. And the other one is manual. Now I'm using manual tonight, and I have it set to off. Here's what I could do with that. There's red and blue. I could lower the red completely and keep the blue up. You see the image? The Galaxy is now blue because I turned off the red. So you could add a little bit of red in there, or a lot of it if you want, or too much of it. And you could also increase the blue. Well, that looks ugly, doesn't it? Okay, let's go back to halfway. 4 and 4 on both. That's not bad, but I usually keep the red down to 3 or so, because red is the most sensitive of all sensor made on this planet. Uh-oh, broken audio means slow internet or bad internet. Could be at my end too. Nonetheless, we're going to go back here to the infrared. If you select in the manual mode, not off, but 32K. 32K starts at 7,000 nanometer or so, and it's going to go all the way up to 900. So you go into near infrared, and this is what we're doing right now. This is near infrared. That's going to be really handy to pull certain detail out. It's going to be really handy to look through hazy and cloudy days. I've observed live M57 back in 2009 on Yahoo Live, it was called back then. It was just, Yahoo had a broadcasting facility at the time where Jim Turner and I used to use quite a lot. And I was broadcasting through the night, and one night the clouds came over and we lost M57. So the guys online, they were all disappointed, and so do I. I said, hey, let's try the infrared. So I went infrared. Well, guess what? We were able to pull M57 through the clouds using infrared. Mind you, they weren't all that thick of a cloud, but it certainly can make or break a show when you broadcast, or if you show the public an image. So here I just turned off the infrared, and we're back to normal mode, where it's in manual in this case, and the red's at 3 and the blue's at 4. And we could go to the video adjustment of the MCB1 frame grabber, which is also in the same software as the fans. Not a problem, Tom, not a problem. And anytime if you got a question, just go ahead. And now we can lower, if we want, or increase the background, but keep in mind, M82 right now is very low to the ground. It's about 25-30 degrees up at my place, so it's not that high up. Here's the other thing that we could do. We could increase the sharpness of it a little bit, and this is going to allow us to pull further, much better detail in there. Hang on a sec. Oh, that's too high. Okay, hang on. Let me bring this down a bit. And of course, we got the APC running at 5 and 6. If I turn off the APC to 0, like I explained earlier, advanced pixel control, you get what I call a photographic look. The photographic look is a smooth image. You won't see sharp details, but you'll see some details. Stars are going to be nice and round like you're seeing now, with no black halo around them and stuff like that. You're going to have a nicer image if you wish. But in my case, I want to see detail in the galaxy, and honestly, I couldn't care less what the stars look like, because I want to see what's in M82. And for that, you go to APC, select 5 or 6. On the horizontal and vertical, go to 7. Hit enter. Alright, and you go on the video side, and here's what you've got is a much sharper image. Oh, you could increase the sharpness if you wish, but you're going to get a bit of noise, so you want to back that down a little bit and make it pretty where it's going to be observable. If this galaxy would be higher, say springtime or June, May, June or so, it would be perfect. It would be perfectly placed for me to see this better. I'm going through a lot of air right now to reach M82. It's about 30 degrees off the ground, roughly, approximately, so it doesn't give me the best image. Nonetheless, we're still having fun looking at it, and it gives us a good idea what this thing looks like up close and personal. Now, I've just switched from gamma 1.00 to gamma 045, and what that does, the image gets a lot brighter. For that, you got to bring the brightness down from your capture device, and you're going to get a little bit less noise as well. So it's up to you how you want to set that up. It's up to your eyes. It's up to your monitor. Is it well calibrated for what you're seeing? Is it well calibrated for what you're broadcasting? That's another issue. This is where it's handy to take an image, take a snap of what you're broadcasting, and view it on another computer. Then you'll see, hey, that's what I saw last night, or, oh, this is way too dark, oh, this is too bright. Then you know your monitor for your broadcast or your imager, your imaging or live observation like we're doing is not calibrated properly. That means the brightness, contrast needs to be adjusted. It's a simple step, but once it's done, it's done. So, M57 earlier was absolutely spectacular. All the wispy detail that we saw. M82 has a lot of sharp detail in there that I like. But you know what? I like to increase the APC some more. Is it going to get noisy? Of course it's going to get noisy. That's the whole point. But it's not as noisy as we thought it is, because look at the extra detail we've got in M82. Wow. I increased the APC, and this is where the APC is going to come in and play. Tracking is much better, pointing towards north, obviously, so the stars don't look as funny as before. If you put the APC to 0, your stars are going to become absolutely perfect. Let me demonstrate. There you go. APC's down. Stars are more rounder than what they would. They're round, much rounder. So I mean, it's nicer. But then again, it's not the stars I'm looking at. I'm observing M82, and for that, I'm going to boost and increase APC. There you go. I got APC set at 8 and 9. Oh, you want to see something else in there? Watch this. I'm going to crank that up even more. APC 13. Let's make this image really ugly. I could hear some of you cringing at the other end. Wow. Look what happened to M82. Now we're starting to get into detail in there. Oof, this is nice. Mosquitoes. Canadian mosquitoes. Look at the amount of detail that we're seeing in M82 at the moment. That is just stunning. Wow. Beautiful. This is a memorable night. We'll be able to remember that quite a lot. For quite some time, especially M57 earlier. Whoa. Well, that's pretty well what we're faced with a real video camera. That's the difference between that and a USB type camera. My tracking has gone to the birds, so Jim, that's a good one. I like it. Yeah, it's only, that's right, Lance. It's only 12 million light years away. And Jim said you can see the aliens building condos. Totally agree with him. I wonder if they come equipped with telescope and Mallin cams over there. Oh man, this is nice. It's a lot of fun, and this is how it's going to be. Educational, fun, and interesting to observe. We don't need to skip from one object to another. Yeah, some people do it, and I used to do it. But I've learned over the years when you observe with an eyepiece, when I was younger, you would spend hours, an hour looking at M13, for an example, studying the structure of that globular cluster. You do the same with a video camera, basically. You sit there and pay attention. Just look at detail you've never seen before. Now, playing with different adjustment of the camera or the frame grabber, the MCV1, which is controlled by the Mallin Xterminator control written by Stephen Lalonde, you could control that MCV1. That's exactly what I'm doing now. Now, we're going to back off on the APC a little bit. From 13, we're going to go back down to 5 and 6. There you go. We still get a photographic look. We still get decent detail in there. So that's what makes it fun. Once you've learned which adjustment to attend to, I mean, sky's the limit. And the exposure is only what? 10 seconds. This is 10-second exposure, folks. You could get the exact same result with an 8-inch. If you put MFR 5, of course, the galaxy is going to look smaller, because the larger the aperture, the more magnification you're going to get. Absolutely, Jim. I totally, this, you've put this in such perfect perspective. You go through stages. You look, you see, and you learn over time. And this is where maybe I shouldn't say that, Jim, but this is where you can tell the difference between a real astronomer and a budding astronomer. The budding astronomer, eventually, in 2-3 years, he's going to put a scope in the closet. And these are the ones that we want to encourage to go out there and observe, because they need to learn how to observe. A lot of them expect to have a picture quality right away on your screen. Yeah, it's cool. But you need to learn to observe. You need to see what you want to see within an object. And attending to the various adjustment of the camera, for example, will give you that level of precision you're going to need to pull the detail that you've never seen. Wow, this is a satellite that went by. Or maybe an alien, he's rushing to one of those condos that's being built on M82. Who knows? But anyways, you're absolutely right, Jim. I mean, you go through different stages and see and learn over time. And it just comes with time. Whoa, here goes another one. Okay, this guy's going a lot faster than the other one, so he's going to pass him to get that condo in M82. Oh boy. Talking about satellites. Talking about light pollution. They just ruined my picture here, my live broadcast, my observing session. Well, you can view this as somebody using a white light when you're using eyepiece in the field. So, same thing. We're lucky in a way with the video camera. It just disappears as quick as it came, so it's not bad. Absolutely, Jim, you're absolutely right on that. Yes, break the students' concentration, and they'll see more when they look back. It's about learning how to observe. And it's no different with an eyepiece as it is with a video camera. It's no different. With a video camera, obviously, you're going to see a lot more. So your attention span needs to be a lot more with the video camera, because you're going to go deeper into this. You're going to see that a lot more. And that's the fun part. Okay, it's 10:30, folks. I flapped my gums enough tonight, and before the scope explodes, and because I've been having not so good tracking and not so good pointing accuracy. So next time I'm going to do broadcasts, I promise that I will line up the scope properly, and targets are going to fall within the field of view instead of looking for them. So I would like to thank everyone that came here tonight. I wanted to show you what a real video camera is. And mainly, I get emails from people telling me, okay, I've got an Xterminator, I've got an Xtreme, and I got to go to a minute to see something. Okay, something is wrong, and it's in the ability to do the adjustment, and that's what I wanted to show tonight. You don't need to go long exposure at all. Careful adjustment of the software and the camera is key to get good success. And again, you'll never get this type of sensitivity and resolution from a USB type camera. And it doesn't matter who made it, even us, our competitor, or other companies, you'll never be able to get this kind of sensitivity and enjoyment out of it, out of a real video camera, and versatility. It's like comparing oranges with bananas. It just doesn't work. Okay, so I'm going to pull the plug. I guess my girlfriend's waiting for me in the house with a broomstick and telling me that I'm too late. And it's supposed to be nice all week again, so if it is, I'm definitely going to be broadcasting some more. Thank you very much, everybody, for stopping by. This was a lot of fun. Hopefully it was informative for all of you. And next time you got your Xterminator or your Xtreme or your MCHP, or for that matter, your VSS, play with it a little bit. Hey, Larry, thank you so much for being here. Teresa, Jim, Dewey, of course. Dewey, my man. Every time you post, you manage to put a smile on my face, and I tell you, you certainly keep the ball going. Your enthusiasm is noted, and it's rubbing off on me once again. You're helping me rediscover astronomy again, Dewey. So thank you for that. And Tom and Austin, Ski. I'm sorry if I don't have the right name, but anyways, and Larry, of course, and everybody else. Thank you so much. Simon, of course, and Lance, how can I forget you? Thank you so much, everyone, and a little bit later this week, we're going to be able to view again. Have a good night, everyone.